up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
This is episode 51, season 2, which would make 151 episodes, not number 1. But that's funny that I said episode 1 because we're going to be talking a lot about back to the motherfucking basics today. So that's, wow, that just kind of really fucking tripped me out. Anyways, I'm your host, California Cal. I'm one of the cool Californians left out here, and there's a handful of us. We exist, but a lot of us have gone off the rails and are wacky as fuck and don't make sense and are just on some weirdo shit. But at the same time, I should say, and there is seriously some cool ass, like, California, like, type people who are just fucking cool, dude. Like, San Diego specifically, if your experience of California is LA or San Francisco, I'm sorry. I'm just playing, kinda. But, yeah. Depends what you're there for. Like, depending what your reason for being there, it either makes, like, LA or Frisco cool or not. Like, if you gotta live with people, like, shitting in front of your house and, like, people stealing your shit and breaking your car windows and fucking getting parking tickets all the time, like, you gotta pay for parking everywhere, like, you gotta do all that sort of stuff, that's not fun, and that's not cool at all. But if you're just, like, visiting, you don't mind so much, it's just, you know what I mean, it's not that big a deal, blah, 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 like, you're in and out, you're there to eat some bomb-ass food, whatever. My point being, San Diego is its own fucking vibe. And people from LA will tell you this, people from San Francisco will tell you this, people from wherever, whether you're from the Bay Area or wherever, everybody here acknowledges San Diego's got its own vibe. San Diego's its own fucking thing. Like, San Diego's not the same thing as LA. Like, we are complete different worlds. Now, lately we've been taking on a lot of, like, LA-ish type vibes as far as, like, traffic and, like, mass amounts of people and tight ass, like, apartment housing and all that type of shit. But pancake syrup and butter. So yeah, anyways, this show exists because this is the show where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
We're here to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on the perspectives and context that we have in life, because I truly believe that if we have more access to more context and perspectives, then the funner and easier life is. And the funner life is, just the doper life is, and the cooler of a person you are, the more fun that you have, and the more fun that you, not the more fun that you have, the more fun that you generate, the more fun of a person you are. So if you're somebody who's able to generate fun, which as you get older, a lot of people start losing it, unfortunately. But the people who keep it, they grow it, and they just become more youthful and funner as they get older, and they're open to jokes and this and that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think if you can get older and keep your sense of humor and keep your understanding of what it was like to be a teenager and why you did things the way you did when you were a teenager, then all of a sudden it, like, makes sense. You don't have to be so bitter and angry and whatever. And most of the time, most adults are bitter because they've trapped themselves into some sort of shitty life that they don't like, knowing that their passions and their dreams and everything is just on the outside of their current bubble of their situation.
Damn, dude.
I don't think I could repeat that again. That was really good, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the times, all it takes to have the life of your dreams and that you really want is to stop living and feeding the one that you already have and don't necessarily want or are unhappy with, or whatever the case may be, right? So I'm kind of all over with this because I just got really excited. When I first came to write this episode, I had a feeling which I hadn't experienced in a long time, which is I have no idea what to talk about today. I was like, I got no notes. I got nothing. Like, I don't know what to do. And this is very old school of me as far as podcasting. Very old school. I've been doing this for like a year and a half, I should say. But going back, if you listen to the last few episodes, we've been talking about back to the basics a lot. Me and Sebastian were talking about that. I talked about that a little on some other stuff. And then yesterday, I went out on a motorcycle ride with my homie Diego. What up, Diego? Shout out to my brother Diego. He's making motherfucking moves, man. You guys, go, shout out to Diego. Go follow Onyx Auto at Onyx Auto, Onix. I don't know if it's Auto Onyx Detailing or Auto Onyx, but he's out in Yuma currently. So if you need a detail or you need, more so if you need ceramic coating, that's really his specialty. Oh yeah, just Onyx Auto. That's it. Onix Auto. If you're in Yuma, Arizona, or you're in San Diego, California, if you got a nicer car and you need ceramic coating, if you need a detail, he can do that for you in Yuma, not in San Diego. If you need ceramic coating in San Diego, Diego is the fucking man. Like the passion he has for his work is next level. So be sure you guys go check him out. Go give his Instagram a follow. Go check him out. Solid fucking guy. Diego is a solid guy. He puts everything into his work incredibly passionately. He has the most fun detailing cars than I've seen anybody have. So shout out to my brother Diego. We went on a motorcycle ride and we were talking and we had the same thing I brought up, back to the basics. And like, dude, this is crazy. This keeps getting brought up because for me, like my life basically got bankrupted. Like I got hit and fucking all my Sonic coins fucking spilled all over the track and off the roadway and all that. And I'm just like, which way do I fucking go, you know? So I'm looking at it like, yeah, dude, my life is completely back to the basics. Like, fuck, I got a tiny apartment. I got this, that. It's like everything is brand new again. And it's like, if I hadn't taken the time to master the basics of myself and my emotional intelligence and my work ethic, then it's going to be hard to like move forward at all. I'll just be stuck in a situation and just be like, I'm a single dad who lives in a 1-bedroom apartment. Yeah, like I'm too old for that. Can't afford to do that. Like I got kids, I can't go here. And I got kids, I can't do that. Like how many times do you fucking hear people say that stupid shit? Like, man, shut the fuck up. Like you can do something. And I say that respectfully, like for the sake of maybe some inspiration or a little bit of motivation, because point being, is we're talking. Like I said, I got really excited when we started recording this because I went back to the basics and it worked. And the other day, yesterday when I was teaching my lessons, I was having a kid or I was having difficulty with, boom, I went back to the basics and it worked. And then now with my podcast, boom, back to the basics, it worked. With my motorcycle riding, when me and Diego went on a motorcycle ride, I went back to my basics in my riding, and it was weird, dude. I was probably like, I felt a lot faster than I normally am on my motorcycle. And all I was doing was like thinking consciously, okay, knee into the tank on the opposite side of the bike, push down on the opposite handlebar. Left, you know, if I'm turning left, and then my right knee's into the tank and and like, it's like, how do you call that? Like a braced, like my right knee and leg is braced from my foot on the pedal to the groove in the tank that holds my knee there. And then I got my left knee out and I'm pushing down. My elbows are squared up. I'm like, got proper position. My head's in the right. Well, I feel like it anyway. I'm like trying to like take note of it. That's what I was doing. It was back to the basics. Like normally when I ride, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just like maybe I'll be repeating a phrase in my head, or I'll like be singing a song, or I'll just be so in the zone that like nothing's happening. Life and time and movement is kind of just in slow motion. Like there's something that, like, if you go back and listen to the episode with Anthony Norton, my motherfucking brother Broughton, Lugnut, he talks about, it's like the faster you go, the more time slows down, the more reality slows down. And it's so true. Like I experienced that too. It's like on a motorcycle, it's just designed to get through shit quickly. Like that's its purpose. So like I hop on and I'm going, and it's like there was a turn where it's like 30, and I looked down and I had just like hit the apex of the turn, and I hadn't backed off the throttle at all. So at this point, I was just about to start rolling back onto the throttle from the apex of the turn, and I looked down and I see it was a 30 turn, and I looked down and I see 78. And I'm like, holy fuck, like this is that's pretty fucking fast to be going through a turn that's rated at 30 miles an hour, right? And I went through and I was just like, wow, like what made that so smooth? And I'm like, it was just, I had my basics on lock, dude. And one thing that me and Diego were talking about that came out was like, dude, you realize like right now, because you and I have taken on like living a life of like where we're not afraid to go back to the basics, that equals freedom for us. Like right now it's Wednesday morning and we're out riding motorcycles. Like not a lot of people are able to swing that, you know? And it's not like that I could just do that all the time or whatever, but it's like, I mean, I could. It wouldn't be like appropriate or fair to other people or other commitments that I have. But if I technically wanted to, I could. Like, they're not going to fire me from my, like, nobody can fire me from my job. Like, yeah, I'll probably lose clients, but like, you know what I mean? But it's because I created the life that I wanted to live. It's like by my own design. And that was another thing we're going to talk about today is like living your life by your own design. I mean, I guess that's what we're talking about already. But like a lot of us are scared to do that and we don't know how to do that. So this is where I think this is a very real and very practical context and perspective to take on to get to this, which is, this is a quote. I don't know who said it. I want to say it was like a trainer or coach of Kobe Bryant's or like professional athletes, I should say, but he worked with Kobe. I'm pretty sure that's who this is. I forgot his name. It wasn't Tim Grover. I don't know. It was somebody I hadn't heard of before, but he was in an interview and he said something. He was quoting somebody. He said, if you haven't discovered your passion in life, bring passion to everything you do.
Damn, dude.
I'll say that again. If you haven't discovered your passion in life, bring passion to everything you do.
Damn, dude.
So like, dude, that's crazy, right? Excuse me. Because it's so practical. It's like, all right, how do you bring enthusiasm to what you're doing? And this is where I think people really get stuck is if you can no longer bring enthusiasm to what you are doing, you absolutely need to do something different. And it's likely whatever the hardest option, whatever the scariest option is most typically the right answer. Most typically. And that's just the way it is. Like, you can check in with yourself when that goes on. That's some real ass shit. So it's like, if you can no longer bring any passion to your situation, if you can't fire passion into anything or any area, you got to just make some drastic changes. And that's where it's like you have to physically start doing different stuff. You got to put yourself in different places, put yourself in different situations, put yourself around different people, around different whatever. Take time, or even if that means to go take time by yourself, to go escape, go camping, go just for a fucking drive through the mountains, like to go fucking get an Airbnb, a hotel on the beach, or like whatever the fuck it looks like, right? Like, that is gonna be a start to start like bringing passion back into your life. You know what I mean? And bringing fire and excitement. And it's kind of like all you're doing is basically boiling your life down back to the basics. And if you think about it like this is how I think of this, is how is this going back to the basics? Like, how is, if you haven't discovered your passion in life, bring passion to everything you do. How is that going back to the basics? Well, if you think about it, when you were young, when you were a kid, most likely at some point, you know, I mean, some people grew up in some fucked up scenarios, but I'm sure there's one instance where it was just like, at least one instance, where you had that like curiosity and that like fire and that like, why can't I go there? You know, it's like my mom said I can't go to the store to get candy, but I can just open the door and walk out there to get candy. Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Like, I could walk in the store and just grab it. And then the guy will probably just give it to me because I'm cute. And you know what I mean? Like, that's thinking like a little kid. But at what point do you lose it and why do you lose it? I see a lot of us start to lose it in high school because we try to start impressing other people and try to look cool. And then in college, we kind of all even out again. Like boys and girls kind of catch up to each other as far as like growth and mentality and all this stuff. And then like we grow older and older, and then all of a sudden it's like our wallets and our houses and our cars start being what like the thing is, you know what I mean? And it's like, and then we start comparing again. Then we're trying to catch up and play comparison and this and that. And we're back in high school again. But then now we're more serious and beaten and battered and fucking, oh shit. And, you know, life's kicked our ass a good few times at this point. And it's like, fuck, now what? What do you do now? How do you bring fire to anything you do? You know what I mean? Like most people, and this is crazy. It's like, most people in long relationships or marriages or even whatever, like they have crazy, like boring lives to where neither of them are having fun. Everybody's where it's like they kind of just feel obligated to stay there. And I'm speaking from my own experience. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like I've definitely done that. It's like, well, I made a commitment to you, so I'm going to see this through. And it's like, cool, but at what point does it become torture for yourself and the other person and everybody around you? You know what I mean? It's like people feed off the energy. Like you can't really hide anything. Like if you're hurting, people will sense it. Like people who are aware anyway. But like this is why I think it's so important to just when we need to do something different. And it's like we had also been like, let me think about this real quick. You know, like, okay, hold on. Let me take a step back real quick. So back to the basics. Yeah, I wanted to touch more on this. Like when we're kids, oh yeah, so how like discovering your passion or bringing passion to what you do is going back to the basics. That's like being your kid self again. You tap into that fun, that curious, that questionable, really curious kid. Because when we're kids, we're curious until somebody beats it out of us, somebody fucking abuses it out of us, somebody yells it out of us, somebody fucking whatever's it out of us, scares it out of us, whatever the case may be, we scare ourselves out of it. We just get scared. But like, so here's the thing though, is like, we were our funnest and the coolest version of ourselves when we were all curious. When we're kids playing around the neighborhood, when we're kids just making stuff up and using our imagination. And if you think about it, all a success, like a super successful adult who, and I mean successful in the sense of financially, like just everything in terms of I mean to say not just financially, but successful in terms of they have absolute freedom. They can go where they want, when they want, with who they want, whenever they want. They can cancel anything they want. They can take on anything they want. They can do whatever on their own time, go wherever and afford to do all of it and do good into the world, right? Like people like that, all they've done is tapped into their inner child but with the resources and the benefits of being an adult. Like think about it. When you're a kid, it's like, oh, it's $1 million. Yeah, I'll buy a spaceship. I'm gonna be an astronaut. I'll have 4 and I'll race Elon Musk to the moon. Like that's possible when you're a kid in your imagination because you could see it. So then what happens is like these people who create those sort of lifestyles for themselves, they never gave up on that. They still believed it's possible to, holy shit, I can have a Ferrari. I can have a this. I can have a that. Like I'm worthy of having that. I can have that. And it's not even like I'm worthy of having it. It's just like you believe it's possible because in some way you believe you're worthy of having it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's really cool and beautiful about being able to go back to the basics is like the more that you practice the basics, the smoother you can just move through life because you can always go back to that. It gives you something to fall back on. It's a skill that's always there. Like I always tell my oldest son, Nate, I'm like, dude, learn at least the basics of at least as many fucking activities as you possibly can. Just so you can know if you love that or not. And that you'll know if that's your passion or not. I'm like, dude, when we first started riding motorcycles, like I was very attached to him wanting to like it. And I realized at some point, I'm like, I gotta let it go. If this is not for him and he doesn't like it, then it's not for him and he doesn't like it. Because there's some kids who don't like riding motorcycles. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? Learn it just enough to figure it out. And it's like when you first start riding and you're a kid, it's terrifying. Learning to ride a motorcycle is absolutely terrifying. Like, because that means you respect the bike. You know what I mean? If it's not scary to you, you need to go check yourself. And I would not hop on if it's not scary to you. I'm talking if you have no experience, right? So that's the thing is like, I was like, dude, if I can master the basics of skateboarding, then I can be a 60-year-old man ollieing a curb on the way to skate to the store to get some groceries or a snack. I can go and drop in on the bowls and the half pipes, and I can go grind, and I can this and that. You know what I mean? Because I've taken the time to master the basics. The same way I can hop on any fucking motorcycle. I can hop in any car and start driving it. Like, whatever. I could figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not any, but most. You know what I mean? It's like I have enough like awareness of a lot of these things to master the basics. And it's like, for me, like really old cars, like anything that's like 70s and older, like for me, I know 80s cars and for me, I know like 80s and 90s cars. Yeah, anything else, I'm just kind of like, it's not really in my scope of things that I pay too much attention to, but I like old lowriders and classic cars and stuff like that. But point being is that it's like, I know that on the old cars, you got to look for the choke. For those of you who don't know what a choke is, that's the thing you got to pull out on the carburetor, which change the fuel to air ratio so it lets in the right amount so that way you can start your car when it's cold, because carburetor has to warm up, and that's a whole nother topic. But anyways, you got to look for it. Sometimes it's under the floor, sometimes near the pedal, sometimes it's on the dashboard, sometimes it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand, I get it enough, the basics. I know where to start looking. I can start the car probably, like at least give me a few minutes if it's like something super foreign, but yeah, dude. So when we go back to the basics, we're able to become masters of our skill. Because when you master the basics, then you can start doing all the extra flashy shit and going from there. But even then, you still got to practice the basics. And that's what specifically made Kobe Bryant. That's what the Mamba mentality was like, he just fucking would practice the basics and master it. He's like, and his whole thing was like 1% better every single day. It's like, if I keep compounding 1% every day, you'll never catch up to me as far as percentage of practice. Statistically, I'm just going to end up better that way. And that's just a fucking fact. Like, that's crazy, dude. And that's how I look at podcasting and doing whatever the fuck I do. It's like, I just want to keep going and going and going and just master the basics so I can do this for the long term and know how to do this for fucking ever if I choose to. You dig? So we're going to take a quick break. I kind of screwed up my timer. Yeah, and I think the camera might shut off. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right bicycle.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, boy, howdy. It's everybody's favorite farmer. It's finger licking, chicken dicking, farmer flipping, finger fucking, chicken tucking, dicking, ducking, flipping, farmer Fred. And I'm here to remind you to remember to be grateful and have a good attitude. Have gratitude so you can have a good attitude. Like a hen who laid an egg, and a peg who paid the meg, and the maid who paid the steg, and the leg who paid the rake, and the finger farmer fucking dipping, ducking, chicken chucking Fred is here to remind you to not be a little bitch and go for what you know is right and do what you love. Have gratitude. Finger fucking, chicken chucking, dicking, ducking, farmer flipping, fucking, chicken ducking, flicking, fucking Fred. Oh.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? Welcome, Bicycle. So, welcome back. Oh, yes. Welcome, Bicycle. So, what the heck is in my pocket? Oh. All right, so you guys, what do you guys want to do? Let's do this. What do you guys want to do next? What sounds fun, you guys? What sounds fun? Music homework? some more serious shit. Let's get into music homework. This is gonna make us feel good. You guys, we, the Damn Dude Podcast, do not own the rights or have any affiliation to the song, album, band, music, YouTube link, any of this shit. I'm simply just a fan sharing the love and trying to help people out by sharing the healing powers that music has. You know what I'm saying? And this is what's interesting is like indigenous tribes use music to heal. And there's modern day people who do this too. I actually this was random. I forgot I did this. One time I helped build a sound healing dome on some people's crazy property out in like Fallbrook or something. And we made it out of aircrete, which is like this air concrete. And it's like, we literally fucking were like lifting these. It's the weirdest shit. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like, it's called aircrete. You got to look it up. It's like concrete, but it's like light as fuck. Like you can lift a huge slab that like a bulldozer would even have like trouble moving, like with two people. It's the trippiest shit ever. But my point is, man, I should reach out to those people. I helped build that fucking thing. They told me I can come and use it and all that. Man, it's been a minute. Anyway, that's so fun. I completely forgot about that. I met a wolf that day, a real wolf. They had a wolf on their property. It was crazy. It would like slither around and like, it wouldn't let you pet it. It would be like, it's kind of like how like dolphins and fish are. Like they'll get like just close enough and won't let you touch it. Like it's a trip. But where am I going? Oh, music heals. This is a modern day song that heals. So you guys, this is the Expendables off the album Gone Soft, which is their acoustic one. I really, really like the acoustic one way more than the non-acoustic one. It's basically kind of like some white boy reggae, but if you don't know who the Expendables are, they're pretty fucking sick if you're open to white boy reggae at all. They got other songs that are much funner and whatnot, but like, this is just so like, this shit hits, dude. Like, I don't care who you are. This shit's just so fucking real. Like, let's just have a listen. This is the Expendables. The song is called Positive Mind, the acoustic version. Again, I do not own the rights or anything, blah, 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 to this. Just a fan sharing the love.
Sit back, take a rest, take a breath from your gut, not your chest, and realize that you're okay. Feel the air in your lungs, slowing down the rapid thump of stress in your heart. Tomorrow is a new day. Look around at your room, at the things that you consume. Do you really care if it all just burned away? Burned away. A positive mind can rule all of mankind. It's convenient to be blind when we're all looking alike, and the hustle has you following the wrong signs. A positive mind, a positive mind.
Shoo!
Damn, dude.
Damn.
I want to play the whole fucking song for you guys, but you know we can't do that. So, fuck, you guys, let's do it. Take a deep breath. Not from your chest, but but in your gut. Ready?
Damn, dude.
Clear that shit out of there, man. Clear that shit out of there. So, now that we all feel better, welcome, guys. Welcome, my fellow air breathers. I love you guys. People who breathe air are beautiful people, and you guys are smart. I'm just joking. That's a joke on all the mask-wearing people. Anyways, and you know, I feel for them. They've just been tricked. They're victims. It's okay. It's all good. We're all just trying to do what's right. You know what I'm saying? Well, most of us are. So, I gotta say, I got a new car. Yes. A Toyota Land Cruiser. It's fucking massive. Like, massive. Like, it is huge. Like, it's probably 7 feet, probably more, like 7.5 feet tall. It's got a 4-inch so okay, for those of you guys who know, it's a FJ80. So it's a 91 FJ. It's a 91 Toyota Land Cruiser. Technically, it's a FJ80, I believe it's called. And It's got a 4-inch lift. It's got 35-inch tire. It's got 35s on 15s. It's got seating for 8. It's got a fucking sunroof. And for those of you guys who know, or like older cars from the 90s and stuff, all the electronics work on it with the one exception of the back rear passenger window. That's the only one, and that's an easy fix. It's usually just a switch or something's loose. And then there's these other buttons. I don't know what they are. I think it makes the antenna go up and down. I'm not quite sure. But point being, all the electronics work, even the cruise control, even the freaking like clock, I'm like, what the fuck? It's so fucking clean. Like, it is so huge. It's got the big ass bumper on the front. It's got wired in. It's got 6x9s with an amp all in. It's got the double din. It's pretty fucking hard. I think I'll make the picture, the cover, the whip, because it goes hard. And the dude I bought it from, shout out to the dude who I bought it from. His name was Israel. What up, homie? I pulled up to his house, and I was like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure this is gonna have to be the one. Like, I pull up, homie's got like 3 old Toyotas just fucking all decked out in his front yard, all in a row. All of these things fucking, well, not all, with the exception of the Land Cruiser that I bought, it's damn near mint for 91. The only reason I say it's not is because the fender flares aren't on it, so there's holes from where the fender flares were. I might fill them and paint them. We'll see. But dude, he's got it like a 90-something Toyota, and he's got a 4Runner. I was so excited on the Land Cruiser, I kind of wasn't paying too much attention. I think it was a 4Runner. Old ones, fucking mint. Dude's got his own the fuck is his own mechanic shop, his own shop, and so that's just what he does. And it's like he fixes these things up for fun. And then I was like, I'm really interested. Like, I'm like really interested. Like, just like, be honest. Like, tell me, is there anything that I need to know? You know? He's like, bro, I love these so much. He's like, you know where I live. You got all my info. You got my phone number. Like, I'm not here to do you wrong. Like, he's like, I just don't use it. I want it to go to somebody who's going to really use it and appreciate it. He's like, bro, I love these. And he shows me his forearm. He's got a tattoo of my car on his fucking arm. I was like,
Damn, dude.
yo, he's got custom little like plastic like keychain made of each individual car, and each one matches. And like, this dude is just next level. The AC fires up cold. The fucking I'm blown away. So yeah, that was really fucking cool, man. So dipping back in, we had talked about complacency a little bit earlier. Well, not earlier, but I guess we did earlier too. But in previous episode or two. And I just kind of wanted to touch on that again because we were talking about bringing passion to what we do. And I don't know if I said that in the last episode actually or not, but no. Anyway, sorry, kind of got lost in my notes. Like, we become complacent when we lack compassion and get comfortable. Or not compassion, when we lack passion. So that's funny. I've been practicing compassion. That's been a word I've been trying to implement a lot. Anyway, we become complacent when we lack passion. We get comfortable. And then the thing is, the world isn't designed for our comfort.
Damn, dude.
Like, the world was 100% not designed for our comfort. So how the fuck are we supposed to, like, just sit here and be comfortable forever? You know what I mean? Now, this is the thing, is like, with highly successful people who really have that whole scope of freedom, like I was talking about earlier, and they live that sort of life, they continuously face shit that's scary. That's how they live that lifestyle. It's not easy to face your greatest fears. You know what I mean? They just take it on and are creative and keep playing the game of it. And that's how you're going to keep getting better. You know what I mean? Is by doing exactly that. So they keep being creative and they keep creating and they keep facing new hard things. Because like we talked about before, once you claim a position in life, once you claim a status, once you claim a type of living or being or type of person or whatever it may be, the world has to react. And it's like you have to carve your space in the world for you to be that. So if you want to be a great athlete, musician, parent, financer, investor, like whatever the fuck, you have to carve your lane out, and the world is going to have to react to it. So it's like, the thing is like, once we declare something, once we start bringing passion into our life, there's going to be different tests. You know what I mean? If you bring passion to your work, which you haven't been before, to your job, your work, what you do for a living. If you're a parent for a living, like whatever your work is, your job, if you go to school full time, whatever your like your obligation is, right? Or what you're up to, your main thing. Like if you start putting more passion into it, there's a good chance that other people, you're going to get into, this is just my experience, I don't know if this is factual or not, but it seems to be pretty fucking true because I've observed it many times too, which is you're going to end up getting in arguments with close family members and close friends, or have disagreements or different contexts. And that's the thing, is like, once you've all been living in the same household, you guys usually all have the same perspective and the same context on life. Your political views are related, where you guys all have like the restaurants you like to eat at, the type of movies to watch, the type of vacations you're going to go on, like what's fun for who, and you guys know all that. So like, once you step out of that, they're like, hey, what are you doing? Like, you're being one of those, you're being one of them. Or they're like, wow, you're a fucking badass. Like, thank you for moving our fucking entire generational baggage forward. Like, thank you for improving our family lineage. You know what I mean? Because to just stay the same and agree with everybody, it's not going to necessarily improve the family lineage unless the whole family lineage is already fucking thriving and just top notch and popping off. But most of us, our families aren't necessarily thriving and just popping off like that. And I think if you're listening to the show, there's a good chance that you came from some harder shit, or you've seen some shit, or you've gone through some shit. And that's why it's like anything we talk about here that's just real as fuck appeals to you. You know what I mean? Because that's the type of person I am. So that's who I speak to. So it's like, we know that this show is for real ass motherfuckers, and that's what this whole thing is about. Authenticity. You hear me with my kids screaming on here. You've heard me fucking recording from a casino on my phone. You've heard me fucking record in the middle of a hiking trail with my homie Sebastian. You've heard me record it in fucking different states. You've heard me record in all these, just wherever the fuck, right? And I recorded from Alaska, I want to say Arizona. You hear me with my kids sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's like, I got the dog with me, sometimes I don't. It's like, you never know, right? But the point is that this is authentic as fuck, and to show you that anybody can kind of do anything. Like, if I can do this, you guys can do whatever the fuck you're trying to do too. You know what I'm saying? Speaking is and was my absolute greatest fear in life. I shouldn't say it is anymore, but it's still up there. And that's the thing, is this is me facing my fear. So every time I do this, like right now I'm like sweating because I'm hot. Because like when I was doing the commercial, I was being silly, and like, it's hard for me to be silly in front of people that I don't know. You know what I mean? And it's like, or people who don't understand my sense of humor. Like, if you don't understand my sense of humor, it's hard for me to be funny like that. It's just, I'm like, ugh, like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I feel like often I need to be comfortable with somebody to start cracking jokes. And I guess thinking and analyzing that kind of makes sense. That's not too bad, because I can like make really inappropriate jokes if, you know what I mean? It's like, if we're tight, then it's like, I'll say some crazy shit. And it's like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody went and ran back like all the crazy shit that we've all ever said, if we had all the messages and all the conversations and all the everything just fucking like dropped in a huge fucking stack in front of us, like, I would surely be canceled, or canceled. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, who wouldn't be? You know what I'm saying? If you didn't joke racist shit with your friends, if you didn't joke fucking perverted shit with your friends, if you didn't joke whatever, if you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, it was never a fucking issue for me to crack black jokes on my black friends and them to crack Asian or white jokes on me, or Mexican jokes, which is even kind of like the funnier next fucking level of racist joke on me, which is because I'm not Mexican, but everybody would be calling me Mexican all the time. So it wasn't racist for the Asians to make fun of the whites, and the whites to make fun of the Asians, and the Indians, and the whoever, and the Mexican, whoever, right? It was all cool. That was how we got to know each other. But the thing is, if you go back and you read it all out of context, it's gonna look and sound really fucking terrible. Fair enough. I don't give a fuck. Like, this is real. I mean, like, I might be like, ouch, ooh, that was bad. Like, I don't talk like that anymore. I don't joke like that anymore. I don't say those things anymore. But the point is that, like, we've all got shit we've said. We don't even remember we fucking said. So the thing is, like, who's just going to be more real about it? You know what I'm saying? We're all cancelable if in that sense. You know what I mean? So this is why I think a lot of us stay complacent too, is like, especially in this day and age where everything's heightened and everything's social media and glamorized and this and that, and families look so perfect on the internet and all this shit. And it's like, dude, and I discovered this through working with families. Like, I see all these like parents and moms, and like a lot of these moms, I would never even consider that they would be like with the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at them like they're all like tight-laced and like doo-doo-doo, like doo-doo-doo. Not like that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really got their shit together. And so they present themselves. That's cool, you know? But I'm like, there's times where there's people who are friends and they show up, and I hear them having like a them conversation, and it's the same fucking conversation I have with my friends. They're like, dude, did you hear fucking I don't know, Brittany she was fucking gone off pills, and she fucking blacked out at the blah, 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 and then she went and she pissed in the fucking punch bowl, and then she fucking took shit and like squatted in the dress, in the street in her dress, and then she fucking threw it out the window, and then she went and called the fucking bouncer the N-word, and then she went and fucking called it's just like, yo, like, I mean, I don't have friends that do that, but like, it's just like talking like that. You know what I mean? Like, real shit. And then it's like, one of the last times I heard like one of the like fanciest parents I know, for like, I always take her very professional. It's very, very professional. And like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I heard her talking to somebody that she like knows, and I was dying laughing because they were like, oh yeah, she was going off pills and blah. She's like, oh, and they were both like, oh, fuck that. She's like, I'll have my wine, I'll be good. Yeah, they can smoke and snort all that stuff all they want. I'll have my wine, I'll be good. And I was just like, I'm like teaching babies, and I'm like hearing this out the side. I'm just like cracking up in my head. I'm like, we're all the fucking same, dude. Like, we all know people who do some fucked up shit. We all know people who fucking do who do crazy drugs. We all know people who do crazy shit. We all know people who, you know what I'm saying? Whether we hang out with these people or not, I'm saying we know of them. We know they exist. We know they're around. People cheat on their husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever the fuck. People doing illegal shit. People selling this, that. Like, nobody really gives a fuck, dude. Like, the only people that give a fuck are the people like, well, I mean, I guess selling drugs, like that could be pretty serious. But like somebody selling weed or like mushrooms, it's like, who gives a fuck, dude? Like, it's like you're not selling to kids and shit. Like, you do your thing, you know? Like, nobody should fuck with you. Like, you're not like endangering people. You're not selling crack. You're not selling meth. You're not like fucking people up. You know what I mean? But man, we kind of got off on a tangent there. But point being is that, back to the basics, which is complacency. We get complacent because we stop bringing passion into our things. And then it gets to a point where it's not that we're not even bringing passion to what we're doing. It's that we're unable to bring passion into what we're doing anymore. And that's where it gets really fucking screwy, is because when you're unable to bring passion to it, that's when it's hard, dude.
Damn, dude.
And that's when you just need to physically do something different. And a lot of times, I know for me, in my case, it was like my last relationship, we had to get out of that. Both of us equally. It wasn't like I had to get away from her and she was like, she had to get away from me. It was like, yo, we're like not doing good for each other and ourselves and our kids. And yeah, this isn't good. You know, it's like, this doesn't feel like a happy place that we want to be. Um, you know, and it's like we both had ways we didn't want to let it go. And we both had different attachments and reasons to keep working and this and that. And it's like, you know, all these things still cross my mind time to time, but it's like, I'm like, nah, like, I just got to do me and focus on me. And that's all I'm up to. I'm not trying to do fucking anything. You know, all I'm trying to do is grow me and discover who I am. Because I had spent so much time in relationships from such a young age that, like, I kind of missed out on a big piece of me. I never had that, like, being young and living in my own house experience. I'd always, like, lived with somebody. So it's like, now that I'm actually, like, living on my own, it's kind of like I'm doing what a lot of people did when they were 20. And I was doing what people were doing when they were, like, 40 when I was 20. So it's, you know what I mean? It's like I kind of, like, experienced the typical way of life, kind of in a backwards route. Like, I experienced death at a young age. I experienced a lot of death. And then I kept experiencing death. And it's like, young kids aren't supposed to be, like, I mean, aren't supposed to see and experience that much death. But, like, that just happened to be my reality and what I was around, you know? And a lot of people don't experience losing people close to them till they're older, right? So I'm seeing how my life is kind of like playing out backwards, which is fine, because back to the basics. What are the basics? Life and death, breathing or not breathing. That is the entire basics of life. And that's where all of this leads back to, is the more that we can practice breathing, which would be meditating, doing breath work. Those are versions of meditation and breath work. Both, they, you know, vice versa. Do those things. They're important. That's the basics of life. If you stop practicing those, or you never start, I should say, you're going to be fucked, because that was the basics of living, and the basics of becoming a living human being is breathing. So if you don't take the time to practice your breathing, if you don't take the time to focus on breathing, if you don't take the time to just sit there and breathe, and whether you scan your body or you're doing a specific breathwork exercise or whatever it may be, if you don't take that time, how are you ever going to get back to center, to get back to like a place of passion and curiosity, if you can't even get back to the most basic form of living, which is breathing? A lot of us are too distracted to even take the time to stop and focus on our breathing. And if the majority of us realize how important and healthy and good for us that really is to do that, we would all be doing it. We wouldn't be caught up in all these other crazy distractions and all this other shit. You know what I mean? Like, we'd be facing our shit. We'd be getting curious, feel the pain, work through it, work smart, and carry on and grow and be the most badass version of us that we could possibly fucking be. You dig?
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Yo. Yow. What's your name? Watch your mouth. I'm a star. Sheriff's badge. I had, oh, God. Sorry, guys. That was, anyway, what's that? I'm a star. Sheriff's badge. Nicki Minaj has some of the worst lines in the history of rap. I'm just going to say that and leave that there. Anyways, hope you guys have a beautiful day. Much love. Peace. Crystalline, nothing high, none in my eyes, push away. I don't wanna be here for days. Surf by the 38. The sun touch your face, not the heat, not the ooh. The last one's a PS2, and it's gonna be me and you.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a best friends, cousins, uncles, pigeons, trainers, best friends, gorillas, trainers, best friends, homing pigeons, trainers, best friends, DVD printers, best friend in the black markets, best friends, brothers, boyfriends, girlfriends, sisters, ex-boyfriend, related to her third removed uncle's wife's brother's nephew. nephew's son. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Be sure to share the show. Go follow us wherever you can follow shit. And have a beautiful day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.